Most RVs weren't designed or constructed for long-term living.
Yeah, let's face it, most folks use their RVs on the weekends or maybe for a few extended vacations per year.
So no matter if you're one of those weekend warriors or if you live in your RV full-time, we thought you might benefit from some of the changes that we made to our Bigfoot travel trailer over the last several years.
In the upcoming videos, we'll cover things we did to make the RV more livable, items that needed improvements,
ways to improve organization, making the RV more robust, making the RV smart,
and solutions to some of the problems we encountered.
If you're here for the travel videos though, don't worry, we're not going to release all the camper improvement videos back to back.
Yeah, there will still be plenty of travel content coming your way in between. Let's get things started. This time we'll share some of the items that needed improvements and how we addressed them.
Based on what we've seen, portable surge protectors seem to be the popular choice for protecting RV electrical systems. These devices simply plug into the campsite pedestal and monitor and block any electrical issues that might damage your RV. But instead, we chose a hardwired unit that gets permanently installed in the RV. We installed this Progressive Industries EMS HW30C under the front dinette seat on the left side of the trailer. There are several reasons that we chose to go with a hardwired surge protector. First, there's a lot less risk of theft, since, well, it's mounted inside the RV. And it's a lot more convenient. It's one less thing to worry about when you're setting up or tearing down on a moving day. It's located inside and out of the weather. It has replaceable internal components, making it field serviceable. And it has a remote display mounted inside the RV to make it easy to monitor the incoming power and the overall power usage. This device is designed to protect the RV from miswired pedestals, over-under voltage, open grounds, open neutrals, reverse polarity, and power surges. And this particular model has a remote-mounted display. It shows incoming voltage, how many amps you're drawing from the campground pedestal, the AC frequency, and any error codes. And we made this custom plastic cover for ours because the display is really bright at night, gives off a lot of light, so we wanted to be able to block that. And you can see it's got a hole here so that the magnetic closure on it only allows it to fully close when the switch is in the normal use position. If you flip the switch up, it's in bypass mode, and we want to make sure that we don't accidentally bump it into bypass mode.
One of the things that bugged me when we got the trailer was that anytime I cooked in the oven, in order for the food to get cooked in the middle and on the top, the bottom was burned. So the solution we found was I raised the rack up to the top position for any time I could. Obviously, if you're cooking something bigger, you can't do that. But that did seem to help. And then also, we put some tiles in the bottom. We found these 1/2-inch thick unglazed ceramic quarry tiles at Menards for 61 cents each, and we're using 4. Originally, we had tried a 12 by 12-inch ceramic tile that was unglazed, but it was much thinner and it broke on our first use. The oven only has one burner that runs down the center. That's why things burn, but the tiles do a great job of absorbing the heat and dispersing it throughout for more even cooking. If you look at this plate that the tiles are sitting on, it has holes all around the edges that circulate air in the oven. It's really important not to cover up those holes. A lot of people talk about using a pizza stone here where we've put the tiles, but we couldn't find a pizza stone that was appropriate size that wouldn't cover the holes. On travel days, to keep them from breaking, we wrap them up in a towel like this, put them back on their shelf, lower the oven rack down to the lower position to keep them from hopping around, and we've driven 20,000 miles this way without a problem.
And we made some improvements to our thermostat. This is the thermostat that came with the Dometic furnace installed in our RV. We really don't like it for several different reasons. When you're trying to set the room temperature, you can see there are no numbers on the front here to identify what temperature you're actually setting it to. And we do find that the furnace is cycling a bit too often. Even when it's not that cold outside, maybe around freezing or so, it cycles about every 15 to 20 minutes. It seems like one heating cycle ends just a short period of time and the next one begins. But we did find a way to help with this. If you have one of these old mechanical style thermostats, you can adjust what's known as the anticipator. This adjustment will alter the temperature swing of the system. If you thread the screw in, the furnace will run more often and keep a more consistent room temperature. Threading the screw out will cause the thermostat to call for heat less often, but will allow for larger temperature swings. So even though we were able to make improvements to this thermostat by adjusting the anticipator, we still really don't like the fact that you can't see the actual set temperature. So Heather's going to walk you through the final solution.
We decided to go with a new digital thermostat that was inexpensive and easy to install. It shows us the temperature in the room at all times, and then it's really super easy to set a desired temperature.
Another improvement we made was to our air conditioner. Our trailer came with this Dometic Penguin 2 11,000 BTU air conditioner, and we wanted to be able to run it off our Honda EU 2000i generator. We could easily run the AC off the generator when the eco throttle's in the off position, but we really want to be able to run it with the eco throttle turned on. That allows the generator to ramp down so it makes less noise and it consumes less fuel. We also wanted our air conditioner to run most efficiently because sometimes we power it from our RV's inverter and onboard lithium batteries. To achieve all this, we installed a Micro Air EasyStart on our air conditioner. This soft starter provides a 65 to 75% current reduction at compressor startup when compared to the compressor's lock rotor amperage. It's important to note that an EasyStart does not reduce the running amps, only the startup amps of the compressor. However, reducing startup amps does make the entire system run with greater energy efficiency, which is important when running from inverted power from our onboard battery bank.
We also installed this water accumulator tank. It reduces the pump cycling and smooths out the spikes in water pressure going to the faucets.
It's important to know what water pump you have, because water accumulator tanks aren't recommended for certain smart sensor water pumps, like the SureFlow 4900 series or 5900 series. We check the air pressure in our accumulator tank each year. The air pressure pre-charge should be set to the same pressure as the pump's pressure switch turn-on setting. In our case, that's 30 psi. Typically, a 45 psi pump will turn on around 30 psi.
And finally is one of the simplest improvements we've made. Our trailer came with a toilet paper holder that was inside this cabinet under the sink. You can't hardly even get the cabinet open when you're sitting on the toilet, so we knew that wasn't going to work. We just went to Lowe's and got a cheap toilet paper holder that we've installed here on the outside, where it's really convenient to get to.
We hope you've enjoyed seeing some of the improvements that we've made to our RV.
Yeah, this is the second in a 6-part series we're doing on RV improvements. If you go back a few weeks, you'll see one that we did on making our RV more livable, and in a few weeks we'll do one on organizing our RV.
And please note that we're not sponsored by any of these product manufacturers. We bought all of these parts with our own money. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting the like button. That's the thumbs up button below the video title.
We're always interested in your comments and questions too, so leave those down below also.
And as always, thanks for watching.